What's going on YouTube? So with today's video, I'm going to give you 10 designer fragrances for under $40 for the springtime. So this will be a cheapie list. Have not done one in a little while. This list will be a little unique as a lot of these just don't get any mention. But there will be a few familiar fragrances that I have plugged a lot. But the first one is actually going to be from one of the best economic brands out there, but the name itself is heavy. I would like to think that the name itself is luxurious, just not here, but it is in the UK, I believe, and I could be completely wrong, but DUNHILL's Century. So this kind of smells like it was made last century in some ways. Now the note breakdown is going to be citruses, neroli, olibanum, cypriol oil, musk, and sandalwood. This does have that classical vintage vibe with a modern twist in some ways. This is a gentleman's fragrance. This is woody, earthy, spicy, but also a little bit powdery as well. I would say that this fragrance is more so for an older gentleman, someone who is a little bit more mature in life, but a younger person can wear this if they are more mature than what they really are. So if you're 25 yet you have the mentality and the life experience of, like, let's say a 35-year-old, I think that you can wear this with ease. This one is just not one for me, but there is quality to this, especially for the price tag. This is going to range you anywhere from like $30 to $35 Canadian, give or take. I have seen these pretty cheap, but DUNHILL Century, this is more of a dressier type of scent. So someone who likes to wear suit and ties without breaking the bank. So most certainly. Longevity is 6 to 8 hours. Fragrance number 2 is going to be from the brand of AZZARO. AZZARO is just super budget friendly. This is going to be Chrome Pure. So this really is like a sweet, airy, aromatic type of scent. So the note breakdown is going to be orange blossom, akigala wood, tonka bean, musk, and citruses. You do get the akigala wood, or like a woods. You do get the orange blossom. So there is like a creaminess to this one here. The tonka bean is what adds the sweetness. The tonka bean in this can be a little bit too sweet for my liking, but it's a good quality scent. I think that this is more so of a younger man's fragrance, yet someone who's my age with a playful disposition or like a youthful spirit can wear this pretty easily. I just find it's more so suited for a younger person just because of that sweetness. This is just a casual scent. I think it's great for school, so high school, university, and just someone in their 20s. Just casual, you're dressing this one down. And if you want to dress it up in a suit and tie, I think that you can wear this to work, but you really have to be easy on the applications. This one really does not smell like an office fragrance. There is some freshness to it, but this can be a little bit cloying, and the sillage on this is surprisingly really good. Longevity, 7 to 9 hours. Fragrance number 3, this brand I plug a lot because they got some great fragrances for economic price. And I recently reviewed this one with my friend Chris from the channel Scentland, and this guy got me on this brand. But this is going to be TRUSSARDI UOMO 2011. So this came out 10 years ago, so 2011. And this is like a relaunch in some ways of the original that came out in like 1983, give or take. So 1983, vintage, dated. So is this, but with a modern twist. It does have that classical vintage vibe, but it smells like something that's newer. This is for an older gentleman, in my opinion. It's got that old school vibe, but that's just with a new school, right? Even though that this fragrance did come out 10 years ago, it still has that new school DNA in some ways. But I would think that someone who's a little bit older, like even older than myself, may appreciate this one. When I first smelled this one, was not working for me, but I like this one quite a bit right now. This is more of a suit and tie type of scent. You could dress this one down to something like this, to a tuxedo event. Daytime, nighttime, very versatile, very signature scent worthy. The note breakdown is going to be oak moss, geranium, violet leaf, leather, clary sage, and patchouli. This is a slightly powdery scent with that violet leaf. The violet leaf in this is very prominent. It kind of gives that like a powdery airy feel. It has that freshness. You're gonna get some leather, but it's not overly leathery. You're gonna get some patchouli, most certainly that oak moss, and an herbaceous clary sage. So if you're an older gentleman, or if you are a younger gentleman who has that old school mentality, who's a little bit more older than what he really is, this might be for you. Fragrance number 4, we have to have something that's me, something that I've plugged a lot. Ferrari Radiant Bergamot. This brand, I was an unpaid shill for the brand. I was like the brand ambassador, spokesperson without a paycheck. So this stuff is just really good. This is my favorite, I would say, from the entire brand. It is discontinued, but you can get this still easily available. Unlike 4 years ago, this was like the unicorn. It's just you couldn't find it anywhere. Then all of a sudden, like the discounters were flooded with them. But you're gonna get bergamot, ginger, nutmeg, clary sage, and I think there's maybe like 3 other notes. And I think that there's some musk to this one here. This is just a great overall daytime fragrance. You can dress this one down to dressing it up to like a suit and tie type of event. So work or a daytime semi-formal event. This is not like a tuxedo scent by any means. I would say that someone who's 30 and up may appreciate it a little bit more, as it does have a slightly more mature vibe. Bright Neroli, which is the first fragrance that I've plugged relentlessly from this brand, that one's ageless, but I think that it's a little bit more youthful than this one here. I prefer this one here. It just has more depth. It's bright, it's effervescent. That bergamot is great. It's crisp. You got that green herbaceous undertones with a spicy nuance. Just fantastic. Longevity is going to be 6 to 8 hours. Fragrance number 5, let's go back to the brand of Dunhill, and this is going to be Dunhill's London. This one just never makes anybody's top 5, top 10. Just never gets talked about, but it's a good underrated scent for the price tag. The note breakdown is going to be tonka bean, red apple, vanilla, woods, rose, vanilla, geranium, and vanilla, if I haven't already said, which I probably already did. This is heavy in apple, vanilla, tonka bean with a slight floral touch. There is a powdery undertone to this one here, but it's fruity, it's sweet, it's slightly floral, it's a little bit woody. This here kind of smells like the year it came out. It smells like the early 2000s. And I think that this one came out in like between 2006 and 2008. Good scent, especially for what you're paying. I keep getting the bottle mixed up because this is the back of the bottle and that is the front. So you can actually see Dunhill through the glass. This one here is, you could dress it down to dressing it up. I would not say that this is an overly classy scent, but you could dress it in a suit and tie. It has that, like, I'm serious with a fun touch to it. I think that the apple and the vanilla combination, because it is kind of sweet, kind of give it that fun vibe to it. You could dress this one to work or just dress it casually. Longevity, 6 to 8 hours. Fragrance number 6, let's go with the brand that is very synonymous with the 90s. No, it's not Tommy Hilfiger, but it's going to be Calvin Klein, and this is Calvin Klein Man. This scent, however, was launched in 2007, and it's lost in like the whole catalog of Calvin Klein. Understandably, because this brand just pumps up so much shit every single year. But this scent is pretty much just fresh, musky, woody, and spicy. Some of the notes will be musk, mint, rosemary, nutmeg, violet leaf, bay leaf, woods, but also incense. I don't get any incense at all. I just get lots of violet leaf, lots of spices, woods, and with a musky base. That's pretty much all I get. This smells pretty masculine, but it's very mass appealing. There is a slight powdery touch to this one here, not a whole lot, but it smells really good. You could dress this one down to dressing it up. I would say it's not really like an overly classy scent, but if you work in corporate America and you need to wear a suit and tie, you could dress this to that. If you're going to a meeting afterwards, after work, you could wear this. This is nothing impressive. It's not going to impress the people around you, but it's a good smelling scent that will get you through the day. Longevity off this is 7 to 8 hours. Fragrance number 7, let's stick with the brand of Calvin Klein. And I just want to say this. This video, this channel is just one giant contradiction. Okay, just the crap that I say is just one giant contradiction. Oh, wait a minute. It's the scent itself. Calvin Klein contradiction. Come on, you have to have a sense of humor, okay? You can't take yourself too seriously. I got a very self-deprecating sense of humor. But the note breakdown for this one here is citruses, lavender, clary sage, different spices, musk, and woods. This pretty much is, and I just finished doing a review of this one like about an hour ago. I came home as I filmed this one outside. But this is just lavender, citruses, and spices with a little bit of woods. This smells really good. It was launched in 1999, so it does have that dated feel. So I do think that someone who's my age and older will appreciate this one kind of like this, but someone who is younger can wear this pretty easily. I think that it'll appeal more so towards the Gen Xers and older, however. This is a casual fragrance that is casual, but you can wear it to work. When I'm thinking about it though, this would go best with a white t-shirt, jeans, and some chucks, or like a good pair of shoes. It's a good smelling scent. Longevity is 6 to 7 hours. Fragrance number 8, this one is going to be a little bit more heavily mentioned. Not on my channel, and I will be reviewing this one real soon, but it has been mentioned on a lot of other people's channel. Lacoste L'Homme. This fragrance is pretty much rhubarb, vanilla, quince, ginger, almond, jasmine, and woods. This is pretty much like a fresh, clean, citrusy scent with some rhubarb. The rhubarb itself kind of gives it a little bit of a sour touch to it. You're gonna get that ginger, some vanilla, and some woods. This is actually a pretty nice scent. It's safe, as Lacoste just does these safe, mass appealing, yet sometimes boring ass fragrances. And they never step outside of the box. They kind of did with this one here, because I find that the rhubarb in that almond accord add a nice touch. It makes it a little bit different than a lot of their other fragrances out there, like especially like their L12 line, which are they all smell nice, don't get me wrong, but they're kind of forgettable. You could dress this one down, so casually to work, and longevity is 6 to 7 hours. Fragrance number 9, this one here you can only get on fragrancebuy.ca. Tommy Hilfiger 1985. This was not launched in 1985. It was actually launched in 2008, give or take. Hey, that rhymes. There were only 2 reviews that I've seen on this one here, and I think that I might review this one. I'm not sure, but the only 2 people that come to mind who are cubby, Chris, unfortunately, who took all his videos down. He hasn't reviewed since like 7 years now. But also Mark robes away when Mark was like pretty much fresh into the YouTube journey. The note breakdown for this one here is going to be citruses, rosemary, papaya, and turmeric, which are kind of interesting notes. Leather, suede, sandalwood, and that's pretty much it. What you're going to get is you're going to get that papaya, which is just kind of gives this fragrance something a little bit different. You're gonna get some turmeric, which is like, papaya and turmeric are just really unusual notes in perfumery. But you're gonna get some rosemary, some suede, sandalwood. The bottle itself looks a little bit classical, a little bit dated. I like it, don't get me wrong. You know, it's a classier bottle than a lot of their other bottles out there. So I think that Tommy Hilfiger was trying to get like the older market, someone who wore their fragrances back in the 90s. I think that this is more of a younger man's scent. If you're an older guy and you like it, wear it. If you've been wearing it for years, then let us know down below, as this one is becoming harder to find. And again, the only place that you can get this from is fragrancebuy.ca. Longevity off this is 5 to 6 hours, and I would say that this is more so of a casual scent to a school scent. And fragrance number 10, this brand is great for economic fragrances, and some of their fragrances I find are great for the older man, and they got some fragrances for the younger guys as well. But Vince Camuto, this is like their second release. Their first one I believe was Vince Camuto Pour Homme or For Men. This one is one of the best ones from the entire brand. So some of the notes of this one here are going to be lavender, gin, ozonic notes, woody notes, juniper berries, and cypress. So you're going to get that fresh gin. You're going to get the juniper berries. You're going to get some ozonic notes and woods. This is a great spring and summertime scent. For me, when it comes to when to wear it, I think that this would be a tremendous work scent. It does have a little bit of an older man's vibe, but someone who's in their 20s could dress this one quite easily. It's a great casual scent, but work scent as well. Casual, like when I'm thinking casual, I'm thinking younger guys, white t-shirt, jeans, and some kicks. Older guys who work in an office, suit and tie. That's what I would think that this one is great for. Longevity, 6 to 7 hours. That's it. I just gave you 10 spring fragrances for under $40. As usual, any reviews that I've done in the description below. So if you want to check out some other great top 10s or top 5s of anything, then check out this side here. And if you want to check out some smell rates on any brand, then check out this side here. Guys, thank you for your time. Take care, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching, everyone.